What's going on, veterans? JB coming to you live. I am 100% permanent total Navy Desert Storm veteran. In today's video, I want to talk about the disparities that you're going to be up against when it comes to dealing with VSOs, VFWs, and DFVs. I just got off a phone call with a veteran who I enrolled into the New Life Insider program, and we got all the paperwork together. I told him exactly what he needs to get done as far as all the forms and things of that nature, and then take it over to the VSO and fax it off from there and get your copies of everything they sent. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, he got a letter in the mail from his CMP examiners and from the VA saying that they're going to be doing a CMP exam very soon, but they're going to take him out of the fully developed program, which is the box you check on the 526EZ, which is what that means, that we're providing all the evidence that we can, and that there's no other duty to assist, no other means of gathering other evidence. So let's make this quick. That's all that means. So they told him they're going to take him out of the fully developed program pile and put him in the regular one, which takes longer to adjudicate. The reason why they're doing that is because he failed to submit VA Form 21-4138. Okay. Now, I want you to understand that these VSOs are employed by the state, and they're being trained by the VA, and they know what to look for when some veteran comes in to file. My question to you, why would they allow this veteran to come in their office, say that he's getting ready to file, and to fax everything without looking over his paperwork and say you're missing VA Form 21-4138, which is the statement of support of claim on every disability. If you go into the file section on the Facebook group, I have copies of my statement of support of claim, and you can either download them to be able to write them effectively. Okay, so that's the reason why I train so hard when it comes to you knowing the law, Title 38, Part 4, you knowing how to put your paperwork together, advising you what to put together, what forms to use. Have you been denied before? We're going to use a 0995, which is the supplemental form, VA form 20-0995, or we're going to use 20-0996 for a high-level review, or we're going to use a 21-526EZ for original claim. So these things have to be addressed. I tell you that you have to have a copy of DD-214 and all the other supporting documents for as forms are concerned, and also all the other supporting evidence. I'm on the phone with you for a full, complete hour in front of a laptop and a computer. I tell you ahead of time, when you book into my calendar, when I go in to look and see who I got on the schedule for today, it's going to tell me that it's got a New Life Insider program veteran there, somebody who's rolling to the program, and they probably may put in the message box that they're ready to file. And so that's when I go into the consultative role of telling you exactly what you need, because every veteran situation is unique to them. Like your filing paperwork may be unique to just you. It's not a one-size-fit-all. It's not a cookie-cutter process. But think about this. After this veteran didn't follow directions, number one, and then went over to the VSO and submitted the paperwork, the VSO allowed him to submit that paperwork without him having a state support claim. So now that he's been taken out the fully developed program, which the VA has told him, he still needs to submit his statement of support claim, which is VA Form 21-4138. And I advise him to go ahead and fill it out according to how I do it. We'll direct him right back to the file section inside the Facebook group, and to be able to write it effectively. Now you can see how frustrating it will be to file a claim with your VSO if they can't even get that right. And I've done a previous video, probably 3 weeks ago, talking about how the VSO allowed a 70-year-old veteran to file paperwork without a diagnosis. And it went to the regional office in that state, and they kicked it all the way up to the high court with a docket number, waiting on years for it to be decided, and all the same get denied after waiting all those years when he could have been rectified in the beginning with a diagnosis. So, veteran, I urge you guys, put your listening hat on when you're on the phone with me at any time. I don't care if it's for the free 30-minute consultation. I don't care for the 1-hour consultation once you become enrolled into the program. You need to put your listening cap on. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to take in information into our hard drive and to spit out as little as possible. Okay, talk less, listen more. I just want to give you guys a real life story or case study of how VSOs can fail you, even if you're getting consultative uh, uh, information from me. Even if you miss the mark with me on the phone, telling you what you can easily go to the VSO and they allow you to file paperwork that's incomplete. Why do you need a statement of support claim? Because that is your statement as a veteran, as a claimant, telling the VA, listen, this is what I'm claiming. This is when it started, the etiology of, for an example, sleep apnea, when I took the sleep study test, when I was given my CPAP machine. And then the next paragraph, she talked about the severities of it. How bad is your sleep apnea? That's the guidelines and the criteria and the outline that we use here at New Life Veterans when filing your claim. You need to have a VA Form 21-4138 for every disability that we are filing with you. I don't care if it's a secondary disability. I don't care if it's an original claim. You need a statement. If you're filing one disability, you need a statement. If you're filing 5 disabilities, you need 5 different forms, 5 different statement supported claims on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disabilities. Let's say you're filing tinnitus. You need a statement of supported claim for tinnitus. Let's say you're filing migraines, secondary tinnitus. Now you need a statement on the migraines. When the migraines started, how's bad the severity of the migraines? Let's say you got anxiety or depression secondary to the tinnitus from the first original claim. You need a statement of supported claim for anxiety. Let's say you got obesity and the obesity caused sleep apnea because you're ringing in the ears and frustrated so much you couldn't work out. Now you got a claim for sleep apnea secondary to obesity caused by tinnitus. You need a statement of supported claim on that. Let's say you got diabetes type 2 because of you being obese and having sleep apnea. Diabetes is notorious related to sleep apnea as well. Now you need a 21-4138 for your sleep apnea, all on one claim. Yes, you got to have your VA Form 21-4138. That has been my message today. I want you guys to understand something. We're not going to pussyfoot around with our claims. We're going to be unstoppable. We're going to be steadfast. We're going to be unmovable when it comes to the law. When you're enrolling to the New Life Insider program, it's time to put your game face on. It's time to be relentless. It's time to be ferocious. It's time to be accurate. It's time to be calculated. You need to sit back and understand you're dealing with law and medicine, and you are going to forfeit what's legally, rightfully yours for you and your family. You have an obligation, a duty, responsibility to protect your money once you get it. You have a duty and obligation and responsibility to make money, don't you? So you have a duty and obligation and responsibility to make money and to protect your money. And you have a duty and opposition and duty, obligation, and responsibility to make sure that you pay the least amount of taxes as possible when you're making money. Okay, all of this coincides with VA disability because the VA disability is tax-free. VA disability is tied to inflation. This is a check that's going to come to you regardless till you die. Okay, you need to know exactly what you're going to do with that money once you receive that money. Are you going to live out that money or you're going to invest the money? I mean, there's so many parameters. We're talking about knowing before you get the money, knowing before you file what's at stake. You're going to talk on the phone with me for a 30-minute consultation in the beginning. We're going to advise you, tell you what we can do for you. Then you're going to make a decision to roll into the program. Okay, then you're going to pay the consultant fee, and then you're going to pay the doctor fees, and we're going to go to work. But I want you to keep your listing hat on with 2 ears and 1 mouth throughout the whole process. As long as you're teachable and coachable, we're going to get you there what your desired goal is. Talk to you soon. God bless.